And welcome everybody back to the politically incorrect group. Welcome again. I don't know if that first part went out, but welcome everybody back to the politically incorrect group. I am Josh, back with DG, and again, we are doing another wrestling show. This one's going to be about the WWE Draft for tomorrow, and tomorrow being the 19th of July, 2016. Um, I'm going to toss it off to DG in case you don't know the incomplete rules of the WWE draft. DG will now let you know what they are.
Okay. The rules of the WWE draft as follow. Raw has the first pick overall, which was that was kind of the writing on the wall. Raw is gonna get the first pick. Yeah. Second rule is since SmackDown Live is a 2 hour show and Raw is a 3 hour show, for every 2 picks SmackDown receives, Raw receives 3 picks.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. You got to fill 3 hours.
Yes. I think right, Raw might have a little bit more people on their show, might be a little bit more talent on Raw than SmackDown. Probably
It's
maybe about a third more.
Yeah, it's usually the way it goes. I'm just hoping they don't throw SmackDown to the wolves. It'll be live though, so
Yeah.
I'm willing to give it another chance.
Yeah. Also, number three is tag teams can count as 1 pick unless the commissioner and/or general manager specifically wants one member of the team.
Okay, so a tag team can either be split up or come as a. Okay.
Yes. So basically, it depends if whoever running the show, they want like one guy up a split, want to break up a team, or they want
I
a
hope
team
they don't
together.
split up Enzo and Cass.
Yeah. Then the last rule is about NXT. Six picks will be made off the NXT roster.
Okay, I'm gonna guess. Well, I'm sure Finn Balor and Samoa Joe will be a couple of those names.
Uh, yeah. Then the other four we can kind of speculate. The other four. Yeah, I think the other four will probably be Austin Aries, Nakamura, probably Bailey, probably be the woman come up, and probably the last one is who's the last one? Damn, so I'm
Maybe
thinking.
it would be really quick, but maybe Bobby Roode. It's
Yeah,
just a
yeah,
possibility.
yeah. It could be a possibility of six because the sixth one I don't know. 'Cause I think the five I stated is kind of I can see more than likely yes. The sixth one
I
like
mean,
I don't know if it's in here. Yeah,
he just came off of a big TNA run. Well, if you want to call anything that's really going on in TNA big, but he's at least kind of like a recognized name inside
yeah,
of the people that watch wrestling. To the
yeah,
casual viewer, they probably have no idea who Bobby Roode is.
yeah, yeah. Then
Um,
I, yeah. They also has on WWE website they have where you can make your own mock draft where you can put the town on what shows you think they're gonna be on. Basically, I did one yesterday. Long story short, I basically kept the tag teams together, kept like rivalries on like specific shows. Like for example, like Cena versus the Club. I had them on SmackDown or
yeah, that's the thing with Cena versus the Club. If like Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, if they end up going to SmackDown and AJ, whatever the case is, AJ and Cena, they're going to have to stay on the same show to continue the rivalry.
yes, that's what I basically did. Then I had left the Intercontinental Championship on Raw. US went to SmackDown.
Right. That's probably what's going to
and
happen.
then and then and then it went then with the women. I basically I kind of split them up. A couple people at Riley's had them on like split show. Like Sasha and Charlotte on Raw. Like Natalia and Becky Lynch on SmackDown.
Yeah, I can see that happening. I'm going to guess
And then then I
because
then I then also kept like the New Day on like Raw, and have like something like then like split the teams down the other teams like down the middle. Make sure whenever I did, I made sure I had each team together.
So I'm wondering about Randy Orton, which brand he's going to be on, because he was during the last before they just decided to reunite the shows. I believe Randy Orton was on the SmackDown brand. He had
Yeah.
a rivalry going on with Christian.
Yeah, because that's when they actually put the title on Christian. I think he ended up losing like 2 days later, then Randy being like 2 days later.
And then Christian won when he spit in his face, and Randy kicked him in the balls because they did that. Randy couldn't do the get DQ'd or he'd lose the championship.
Yeah.
I was kind of happy because just I always wanted Christian to have that championship.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of wondering where Randy Orton.
His runs weren't as long. Christian deserved it. He worked hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He definitely deserved when he finally got the championship. I was like, good. At least he got it. And then when he got it again, I was like, okay, that's he deserved it.
Yeah, it's kind of like because back then people thought it was kind of simply because because people like think of the Rey Mysterio, Eric Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, Ray getting the championship because Eddie thing because people think the same thing.
Edge had to retire.
Yeah. People think the same thing might have happened with that.
To be totally honest, I thought Christian, while Edge was way more. No, I take that back. Christian was very charismatic.
Yeah.
Edge was very much over.
Yeah.
Christian was over too. Edge was out of their tag team. I guess Edge would have been the bigger star.
Yeah, kind of like the Shawn Michaels effect, and then
now Christian was no Marty Jannetty.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a team that kind of broke up where they kind of was still kind of successful. Like, generally, I think most teams in like one the team getting worse because it's like kind of dominated, kind of like Jeff was a better Matt.
Yeah, that's true.
Then Bubba Ray had a little more success than Devon in singles.
Oh wow, yeah. Down in TNA, he had way more. As you can see, when WWE split them up back in, what was it, 2003?
2002.
2002. Yeah, they had a horrible singles run, and when they came back.
Bubba Ray not so bad.
Oh, he did better than Reverend Devon.
Yeah, then that introduced Batista.
Deacon Batista.
Yeah.
And when they brought them back, the Dudley Boys, that was probably a good thing they brought them back as a tag team.
Yeah.
Even though they're not over anymore, and they would probably.
Yeah, basically their job kind of put on new talent.
That's exactly why they want to come back. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they just willing to do that. Like it's kind of like people kind of boo Big Show. Big Show does the same thing. Kane does it too.
Right.
The young guys.
I know the Dudley Boys when they were in talks with WWE. I know Bubba was in talks with WWE before Devon about coming back, and he was really pushing to get Devon, to have them sign Devon back too.
Yeah.
And that's why he performed at the Royal Rumble last year and didn't actually went back to TNA and performed at like one of their shows or two of their shows.
Yeah.
Before getting WWE signed both Bubba and Devon to a contract.
Yeah.
And, they made a big splash on their very first, but
slowly. The initial pop when they come back, everybody the classic fans remember it's that initial buzz.
Yeah, it was right now I could see even the Dudleys even fading off further and maybe going down to NXT and helping getting some of those stars over.
Yeah, or go down there and kind of like start training wrestlers,
Yep.
kind of like where Albert down there training wrestlers.
Yeah, he's the head trainer now. He took over after Bill
Build,
DeMott, that
build them
fucking
up.
asshole.
Yeah,
I mean, you pick a guy that couldn't sell a fucking shirt. He has Hugh Morris to be the head trainer of your fucking wrestlers. I don't know.
yeah,
Of
yeah.
course,
We,
Albert really never sold much either, because he was pretty big in Japan though for a while.
yeah.
It's just like I don't know what WWE was thinking when they repackaged him as Tensai and expected people not to remember who he was.
Yeah. Yeah, Tensai. Then after that, then he was Sweet Tea with
Yeah,
with Brodus
with
Clay.
Funkasaurus.
Yeah, with Naomi and Cameron.
Yeah, I always thought there was something wrong about the whole Funkasaurus gimmick in the first place. About having like the kids come up and start grinding after the matches. Or when I first saw, I was like, "There's something weird about that."
Yeah, or been the time where I think I'm backstage when Cameron Naomi invited Vince McMahon, and then the song came on, and then Vince McMahon started dancing.
Yeah, I remember even leading up to Brodus Clay's like return after he had gotten injured. They were like building him up like he was going to come in as Brodus Clay, and then when he comes in, he's the fucking
Yeah,
dancing
somebody
fucking
get your
dinosaur.
money. Nah, I think they repackaged it. I remember when Ernest Miller the cat. I think he used that same entrance
Yeah,
when he was the cat.
yeah, Ernest the
Yeah,
Cat.
yeah. I remember that. I think it was when he first came out. He used to come out there and start dancing, or I think it was like the Royal Rumble came out with that. He started dancing, got threw out the Royal Rumble.
It's that he'd hell, you could even go even further back, and when WWE took Too Cold Scorpio and turned him into Flash Funk. And it's the same like gimmick just over and over again. Talk about ruining Too Cold Scorpio and making him Flash Funk though.
Yeah, because he's the ECW. Everybody knows the ECW legend, or kind of like what they did. They kind of did with Chris Candido being Skip.
Skip and Zip, the Body Donnas.
You
The only
know,
thing good about that tag team was Sonny, and I'm not talking about Sonny now. I'm talking about Sonny then. Sonny now is a fucking disgrace.
Yeah, before Sonny got on the drugs.
Sonny on the drugs, and she does porno now. It's like,
Yeah,
who the fuck wants to watch that nasty fucking deep voice sounding like she smokes a carton of cigarettes a day?
yeah.
It's like,
It's kind of like she fell off. She fell off after she got abducted or dirty off. Well, she messed up clothing.
She fell off
She got
before
worse.
that, yeah.
But she got worse though.
She got clean for like 6 months.
To get in the WWE Hall of Fame, then
and she's like trying to sell her WWE Hall of Fame ring on eBay, and then she takes $100,000 to take it up the ass on Vivid. But it's like Sonny now.
It's kind of what China was trying to attempt to do to that video guy with Reese White before she died.
Yeah,
like she was strong, like she was legitimately strong out on something.
Oh yeah, she was strung out. Sonny, look at that. I've watched. I've never seen the Sonny porno, nor will I. Like I said, if it was Sonny from like back in 1997, I'd be all over it. But it's Sonny now, and I was watching. I forget, and I would name the YouTube channel if I could remember it. But they were reacting. They weren't showing the porn, but they were reacting to it, like just like during what was like going on, and they were like kind of like narrating it. And they're like, Jesus Christ, it's the same guy in each scene.
So it was bad, like China's porn.
Oh yeah, they were saying like she was calling her spots in the porno. Like she was telling like the actor like, "Eat my pussy, eat my pussy." And they're like, "Oh Jesus Christ, Sonny's calling her spots." It was like, it was pretty. Yeah, I from what I heard, it wasn't you know
Yeah.
something that many people would enjoy. But back to the draft. Um,
Yeah.
I'm talking about Sonny's porn for an hour, 2 hours. But yeah, um, yeah, yeah. That's my phone going off, ladies and gentlemen. If you're hearing everybody
Yeah.
wins, or all I do is win.
Yeah.
Um, yep. As soon as that stops, I'll get get back to talking because it's. I know it's going over my microphone and
Yeah.
it's making. Okay, there. So, all right. I'm using a site. If anybody has ever heard, it's called RussellZone.com. It's
Yes, I heard it.
it's a it's well, it's the site where I usually get a lot of my quote unquote wrestling news, which is a lot of rumors.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I jump on there occasionally. I'll see somebody jump on there like read it.
I'm citing them for this, so it is this is coming off of WrestleZone. Um, Josh Eisenberg, he's one of the contributors. Was talking about the draft. And Justin LeBar, he's one of the other contributors. I think that they actually own the site. I know Justin LeBar does, and they do a show called Chair Shot Reality. Well, I haven't watched the show. They just have a couple excerpts up, and where they're talking about possibilities in the WWE draft. Josh Eisenberg says it's going to be one thing I'm going to be frustrated with. That's the second world title. Okay. So he thinks that they're going to bring in another world title. That's a big reason I think the brand split failed last time. They had two world champions. Yes,
Mm, well, I probably would say,
I think the WWE championship meant a lot more.
yeah, for the most part, yeah. Kind of, certain big names did hold the world
Well, that's
heavyweight
what,
championship.
to be totally honest, last time it really didn't matter which championship mattered more. It was which
Yeah,
championship was on Raw.
yeah,
So if the World Heavyweight Championship was on Raw, that was the more credible title. If the
yeah,
WWE Championship was on Raw, that was the more credible title. So I'm not. I don't know if I see, since they're both going to be live.
yeah,
I don't know if I'm seeing maybe the two. If they have two champions, maybe they'll be just as credible. They just got to
yeah,
not do as much interpromotional shit as they were doing.
yeah,
Yes, it gives credibility to a guy being named the world champion. One world champion is a guy to put your stock into, who sells the most merchandise, the most marketable, somebody people want to see, whether they're cheering or booing. They want to see that guy and that guy do it alone. With back to back live shows, there's no reason that a guy can't float between the two shows, elevate the IC title and US titles, and then have tag team and women's titles fall into place. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of seeing two world titles. It's
yeah.
just what I think
Yeah,
is going to happen.
yeah. Cause thinking also with the brand split, they're also not gonna do show. They're probably do shows like in different places. Probably not be in the
Right.
same area, and all that traveling stuff. Travel they do and extra traveling where the champions on both shows trying to from float from places to places.
Well, and that's the thing too, DG. Have you ever seen a WWE house show before? Have been to a house show?
Yeah, no, I haven't been there.
I've been to so many house shows. I've been
Oh, hold on,
to
I'll be back.
sure. I've been to a lot of Raws, and having a champion on both shows kind of makes sense, because if they do separate shows and they are having separate house shows, I mean, yes, at house shows they will quote unquote defend the title, even though normally, not all the time, but normally a title doesn't change hands during a house show.
Yeah. I
But
think probably about 99% of the time. I think on maybe 1% of the time you actually seen it.
yeah, but a lot of times people go to see, the champion defend the title.
Yeah.
And if they do like a SmackDown show and there's no champion, then who's gonna? I mean, that's the main event right there. It's come on, you got to have a champion.
Yeah. Also, some of the house shows are in small city that you don't get actually get on TV, like get you actually get their city, like have actual live on like Raw or SmackDown. They actually don't get a live show on TV in their city.
Yeah, and if they're on the depending on which time zone they're in, I mean, because I'm not sure when Raw goes live here on the East Coast. Like it's 8 o'clock. It goes
Yeah,
live. Does it
yeah,
go live?
it's 7 o'clock here. Cause we generally follow East Coast time. We just like an hour later.
Okay, okay.
We follow real time. Yeah, we just an hour behind. It's probably different on the West Coast. West Coast probably differently for them.
Yeah,
Mountain West Coast time.
I can tell you one thing about watching Raw on the East Coast. It is very, very difficult because it's 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Having to stay up till 11 to finish a wrestling show. So
11, probably 11:05, 11:15 at
yeah,
the latest.
because they always have a run over. What
Yeah.
I tend to do is I watch the condensed version on Hulu, because they knock out the I like
Commercial.
the well, they knock out not just the commercials but the silly antics, like the fuck ups, and they
Yeah.
condense it down to a more streamlined version of the show.
Yeah.
I prefer to watch it on Hulu, but I mean, I could sit through a 3 hour Raw. It's just it's hard because there's a
Yeah.
lot of commercials
Yeah. No,
during Raw.
Generally whenever I did watch Raw, no, at times I would have to like record on DVR, then probably fast forward past commercials.
Mm-hmm. Because it seemed like there was a commercial every 10 minutes. And then when I say commercial, I mean commercials.
Yeah, commercials. Generally wouldn't be a commercial like the first segment for the most part. Generally they do like 15 minutes, like the opening segment, then they get a
Mm-hmm.
commercial. Then that is generally like at that like every 10 minutes after that.
And then they would do their, like, when they would have their main event, they'd cut to commercial in the
Yeah,
middle of the main event, and it'd be like, at least make the main event commercial free.
yeah. That's why they probably I think that's probably why they made an app where people who actually have app ads can still see what's going on.
Yeah, the second screen on the WWE app. I've used that before. Um, let's see here. That was Josh Eisenberg's take.
Yeah.
Yes, my name's Josh, but it's not Eisenberg, and I'm not a fucking Jew. Justin LaBar, what he was saying was, I think the biggest story Wednesday morning is John Cena will be on SmackDown. This is, I mean, his theory anyway. WWE wants SmackDown to be taken seriously. They are even doing a branding change, calling it SmackDown Live. Yeah, that is true. They're changing the name of it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
cause they they're gonna change the title after the draft. They're gonna change the title and have like insert like certain wrestlers on whatever brand after the draft,
yeah,
and change the title on the Raw that's next Monday and SmackDown next Tuesday.
yeah. If I seem to remember, when SmackDown first came out, was it called Thursday Night SmackDown, or was it just called
Yes, yeah.
SmackDown?
It was just called SmackDown, but it came on Thursdays, then
Yeah, I
it moved
remember
to
that.
Fridays.
But when it moved to Fridays, they renamed it Friday Night SmackDown,
Yeah,
and then it went back to Thursdays, and then it went just recently to Tuesdays, but it wasn't live. It was Tuesday night SmackDown.
Yeah.
And now I guess they're going to be calling it SmackDown Live.
Yeah.
What better way to let people know that SmackDown won't be a B show and will have equal attention than putting your franchise player on it? That was from Justin LeBar. That's not actually, it's not a bad theory. I mean, if you put Cena on SmackDown, you're automatically going to make SmackDown a hot brand.
Yeah, for like a second, for like the kids and stuff, the people
Yeah,
that actually seen the fans in there.
and there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them that drag their parents off to see wrestling just to see John Cena.
Yeah, then also got the split cry. No, let's go Cena. Cena sucks chance.
Yeah, I don't know if that's so much of a thing anymore. I mean, when I say a thing, I mean I think it's more of like the crowd just does it. It was kind of like when Kurt Angle used to come down to the "You Suck" chants. It was just like it became like a thing.
It was always on beat though. It was always on beat. The crowd was on beat like "You suck."
That's like with John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks.
Yeah.
It's becoming like just a popular thing to do. And
yeah.
because I mean, to be honest, when John Cena came back from injury this time, it was the guy got a huge pop. Like fans, they can say what they want about the guy, but his work rate speaks for itself.
Yeah.
He works very, 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 very hard. And is he the best wrestler? No, of course not. He's not the best wrestler. I think he'd probably be the first one to tell you that.
Yeah.
But he works.
Yeah, it worked out things though.
Let's see here. I think that the way they're pushing Zack Ryder right now, he's going to SmackDown. And I think they're trying to make him a more viable star because he's actually getting a pretty decent push for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, because when initially came out when he was with Edge, when Edge had the when Edge came out on SmackDown, he was the one
of the Edge heads.
Yeah, the one Edge, yeah.
And before that, he was on ECW as one of the Major Brothers.
Yeah.
And then he had his own the Zack Ryder gimmick on ECW.
Yeah.
And
then he made the Long Island's made his own YouTube show.
Long Island Ice Z True Hollywood's got himself over, which is very hard to do. And WWE handed him the Intercontinental title for like a night, and then they handed him the US Championship for like a night. But they're really giving him a strong push right now with Sheamus defeating Rusev, winning that Battle Royal, and now he's #1 contender again for the US title. And he has new music, new ring gear. He looks to be probably in the best shape that he's been in since being in WWE.
I think somebody probably knows that he's working hard and like said, just give him a push and see how it goes.
Exactly, and that's what usually happens.
Yeah, it's kind of like like everybody changed course. With the Daniel Bryan, the yes chance, where he got him over.
Right, I guess from what I hear about a lot of the wrestlers when they are talking about the WWE and Vince.
Hello. 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 Josh, did you freeze?